Metal crop. In the northern Philippines, suggestion of what could be the oldest sign of metal in this country appeared in the Musang Cave in Cagayan. This was a brass needle tenuously dated about 200 BC. In Palawan, bronze tools, glass beads and bracelet and gold beads were dug up in the Duyong, Uyao and Guri caves. Duyong cave is dated between 300 to 500 BC, while Guri between 100 to 200 years BC. Sample. Woodcraft. Wood carving in the Philippines is traditional, dating back to pre-colonial times. Native Filipino carved boats, plow, arrows, spears for the use of tribal hierarchy and to celebrate special occasions. In early times, figurines such as the tanod were carved to totems to protect village and ward of evil. Mehitabel celebrates.
Kailangan buhay ko. Lumaki ako sa lugar kung saan ang bawat nakikita ko ay mga kahoy na nagkakaroon ng buhay. Mga kahoy na sa bayan ay nagbibigay ng hanap buhay. Kaya bata pa lamang ako, paborito ko nang maglaro sa gawaan ng mga inuukit na kahoy. Para mga laruan kong kotse at ang lugar na to na ang malagi kong karamay. Hanggang sa isang araw, bigla na lang nakuha ng atensyon ko ang ginagawa ni tatay. Ewan ko ba, napalapit akong bigla na para pag sa mga inuukit niya, hindi pa ako nasanay. Amay namang haako sa pag-uukit ni tatay. Napaisip ako kung paano ba talaga niya ito nagagamay. Nang dahil sa kamay ni tatay, nabubuo ang mga kahoy ng kamay. Mga kahoy ng kamay, nabubuo sa mga santo at sa mga simbahan na inagbabantay.
Basketry. In 1898, after the Spanish-American War, the Philippines, which also had a strong basket-making tradition, were governed and manufactured basket for sale in sites. Eventually, native Filipino weavers became the teachers as well, and both broad range of the styles found a new homeland for manufacturer and ready market in the United States. The Philippine Island remain major basket making center today. Filipino weavers.
The traditional weaving in this area dates back hundreds of years. Working with the local weavers, we developed soft weaving technique, which are using now to develop basket. The traditional weaving in this area dates back hundreds of years. Working with the local weavers, we developed soft weaving technique, which are using now to develop basket.
The company started 1986 through my uncle, and we started doing business last 2008. The type of grass we are using is grass, and the local name for it is bangwang. We harvest it here in the wild in the mountains, and especially grown near the volcano site. In the weaving process, we start harvesting the seagrass in the wild. Then we do some drying. After drying, we do braiding by hand. Then we use a wooden mold to do the spoke and the weaving.
To become a good weaver, You need to be patient. You need to be skillful. You need to love what you are doing. And most important, you need to learn from the old members.
As part of our commitment to improving quality of life for the people we work with, West is funding education programs for Filipino artisans begin. Jewelry making. In Philippine jewelry making trade has been existent since the early 16th century. Historical records indicate that jewelry, pendants and beads from that era is believed that skill in making jewelry has been acquired. Traditionally, jewelry making is home-based industry intended to be source of livelihood for the family. It has become industry worth government attention and support. Given proper support in the industry can contribute to national economic development.
Jewelry making, discovered and existed since the 16th century. Jewelry making has been a common skill of the early Filipinos since it was adopted from the Asian neighbors. A common source of livelihood in the past, this is typically a home-based industry that includes the production of precious metal jewelries, which are made of gold and silvers, and the production of non-metal jewelry such as pearls and precious stones. Beadwork is a pillar of indigenous design. While various tribes hold different design specialties, much of the native community makes use of glass beads in some aspect. Beads can be found on everything, from contemporary art and fashion designs. In some cases, involves hundreds of hours of beadwork. Most of the time, you can tell what tribe someone is from just from the style of beadwork and imagery they use. Art was embedded in our culture since the beginning of time up to the present. It is one thing that can never be lost in a culture no matter what it goes through. The Philippines, having a rich culture, also has its own share of the art that is discovered and practiced and applied in the day-to-day living. Basket weaving, mainly used in the daily lives of the people in Cordillera. Baskets are used for their occupation where they keep and store their foods as they go to the mountain terraces to cultivate lands. Baskets for them give a lot of uses. They use it for carrying grains while fishing in the streams or during animal hunting. Fish traps come in baskets made of bamboo where the shape and size of the baskets depend on the kind of fish they want to catch.
The traditional weaving in this area dates back hundreds of years. Working with the local weavers, we developed soft weaving technique, which are using now to develop basket.
I'm Glenn. I'm the owner of the company. We specialize in seagrass.
I'm Brian. I'm working with Glenn.
The company started 1986 through my uncle, and we started doing business with last 2008. The type of grass we are using is seagrass, and the local name for it is bangkwang. We harvest it here in the wild in the mountains, and especially growing near the volcano sites. In the weaving process, we start harvesting the seagrass in the wild. Then we do some drying. After drying, we do braiding by hand. Then we use a wooden mold to do the spoke and the weaving.
To become a good weaver, you need to be patient, you need to be skillful, you need to love what you are doing, and most important, you need to learn from the older weavers.
Along with the stone, clay and animal parts, wood was one of the first material worked by the early humans. Microware analysis of the Mousterians stone tools used by the Neanderthals show that many were used to work goods. The development of civilization was closely tied to the development of increasingly greater degrees of skills in working this material. The terms woodcraft or woodlore denotes skills and experience in matters relating to living and thriving the woods such as hunting, fishing, and camping, whether on a short or long-term basis. Traditionally, woodcraft pertains to subsistence lifestyle with Traditionally, woodcraft pertains to subsistence lifestyle with implication of hunting gathering. In more recent times and in developed countries, it relates more to either outdoor creationalism or survivalism.
Another stable but still booming venture in the city is furniture, and Barangay 27 in Caloocan is home to some of the best carvers and manufacturers of wood products. Their wares are proudly displayed just along the side of the busy Locasaina streets, and one couldn't miss the workers cutting and crafting soon-to-be made chairs. Daniel Furniture owner Daniel Jerusalem recalls their humble start in the business in 1998, where they were known as Dan's Molding Shop and Woodcraft.
We started as a supplier of wood moldings, such as cornice, baseboard, all kinds of wood moldings. At the same time, si Mama nagpamisa na nakadakusuntas. Nagamba siya nga, what if you try out furniture? So, ang mga kay Kadugo sa Pasto, so nag-business si Mama sa furniture sa ilan, may lang alay na mga uraw, mga artista.
You see, that saw their business grow and flourish into what it is now. The shop produces all kinds of wood products that came from indigenous materials found in the province.
Metalcraft.
increasing demand due to change in the taste and interest of people. Yan. Pagbabago ng gusto ng tao or hilig ng tao. For example, gusto ng mga tao ngayon tangkilikin yung mga gawang banyaga. Nakakalimutan na natin yung mga gawa ng ating mga kababayan. Mas tinatangkilik na natin yung gawang ibang bansa or imported. Handicraft is losing its original form due to changes in lifestyle and culture. Yan. Sa bagong teknolohiya, nagbabago ang tao or ang lifestyle ng tao, ng kultura. Nakakalimutan natin to. Kaya mas nadadamay kaya mas ginugusto na nilang pumunta ng syudad or ng Manila upang maghanap buhay ang ibang tao. Competition with latest machine-made products of a large industries. Ito ang napakamalaking problema. Isa sa pinakamalaking problema ng ating mga artisan. Na ang mismong kalaban na nila ay mga makina na kayang gumawa ng mas madaming mga produkto. Kayang gawin ng isang makina katumbas ng halos 10 tao. Kaya yung iba hindi na itutuloy yung mga namana nilang paglililok, basketry, jewelry, dahil mismong kalaban na nila ay yung mga makina. Kaya mas pinipili na lang nila na maghanap ng ibang hanap buhay. Pang-apat, problems of quality and durability due to handmade. Yan. May mga gawang ibang naman na inayawan ng tao dahil madaling masira kasi gawa lang ng kamay. Walang tibay. Pero okay naman yung mga ginagamit nating mga materials. Siguro ganun. Mas tinatangkilik talaga yung mga gawang machine. Yan. Gain is less as compared to hard work. Middlemen earn huge profit. New generation is not interested in handicrafts. Yan, middlemen. Ito yung mga mga middleman. For example, bibili nila ng mura, ibebenta nila sa public market ng doble or triple pa ang presyo. Mas binabarat nila yung mga kung ano yung mga produkto ng ating mga manggagawa. Ito pa lang sa pinakauna pa na. Gain is less as compared to hard work. Yan, mas konti ang nagagawa kaysa sa malaking trabaho. Mahirap na trabaho. New generation is not interested in handicrafts. Yan. Tulad ng mga yung mga 21st century. Mga ganyan pa. Mga millennials. Diba? Mas gusto nila umawak ng mga technology, cellphone, computer. Hindi na nila na-appreciate yung mga nature. Mga ganyan. Nature or mga gawa na natin mga katutubo or yung ating kultura. Gusto ba nila ng mga K-pop,
basta mga gamit na related sa K-pop, mga ganon. Pangatlo, lack of infrastructural facilities. Ayan, napakakulang natin sa mga pasilidad. Kulang na kulang tayo dyan. Tsaka hindi lang talaga yan ang kulang natin, kundi talaga mga taong susuporta. Dapat bali panlima, improve implementation of government schemes, programs. Yan, mga baga ibabalita lang sa TV pag may magandang nagawa or may pumatok na ibenta, ganun. Pero walang talagang tamang pag-aayos, walang tamang pagtatrato sa kanila. Walang support, walang gaanong suporta ang government. Ang pinaka-suporta lang talaga ng government ay yung Republic Act 7356. Yan, irregularity of the irregularity the employment. Ayun, walang mga hindi na regular, yung mga syempre sa ginagawa nila, mas konti dahil nga konti yung demand, hindi na regular yung mga employment o yung mga employee. Tsaka naabot talaga ng matagal bago matapos ang isang produkto. Kaya talagang kailangan hindi baratin or hindi tawad ng tawad sa presyo kung ano man yung ibinabibigay.
Mr. Paglindesos, coordinator dito sa Taliparan Mariam Village sa Pumulong Ayala ng Luzon. Dumating kami dito 1989. May nakikita na kami na ginagawa nila. Kaya noon nakita nyo yung Sobrang Ayala na parang maganda yung magiging project nila.
Ayan po, sila na mismo ang makaisip ng design. Kaya nga kami nagtataka, nahanga. Paano nila nakuha yung design na yan? Dahil wala naman silang pattern para tingnan kung paano susundin yung design. So isip daw lang nila yan. Lahat po yan, wala kaming nagpasampakunan dyan. Ayan, foundation, sariling sikat nila yan. At kung magkano ang kabayaran ng isang basket na ganito, yun ang babayaran sa kanila.
Ako ho ay si Marisa po Karina. May tatlo po akong anak. Ako po ay 39 na po. Ito matagal na po. Ako po ay nasa 8. Nakakapit na yun. Nung una po, ang mga nanay po namin, o kaya ninuno, una po gumawa ng ganito. Lang po kami mga bata, habang sila gumagawa, nakatingin po kami sa kanila. Kaya ngayon, natututo po kami gumawa. Ang materialis po nito ay nakukuha po namin galing sa bundok. Yung sa dami po namin na manggagawa katulad po ngayon, yan po sa aming tapat. Medyo unti na rin po dahil kaya po namin kami inakitibahagan namin na din po sa iba. Kung sino po yung may time na sila manguha at kami po wala, hindi mo mabahagi nila. Sabi nila, maganda daw po. Lalo kung napapaliwanag namin dahil yung unang pagkaalam nila sa ganitong katulad kami mga design, kinukulayan na ang namin. Pero ini-explain naman namin sa kanila na yan ang sadyang natural po kulay. Natutuwa naman po sila. Iba ho talaga ang kami ho ang wala hong tinutularan kami design na basta kasang isa po namin ang Kaya kami talagang sikat pag ganito. Yan po kami lang. Walang mahal. Hindi talagang yung kamay namin lang gumawa. Sadyang talagang kaisipan ang saan mga pangarap namin siyempre tumagal, parang gano'n. Maging tanyag baga. Ang mahalaga po dahil sa ganito po na pagpagpag namin ang mga bata, kung po kami kami kasi may pamili na kami ng mga gamit, kami ng mga project, malaking katulungan po yung mga gamit ko. Mahalaga dahil yan ang karamihan yan ang hanap buhay. Tapos ipapakita din namin sa iba kung ano yung kakayanan namin. Sama-sama sibuy-way kung anay basa daygay, batay manggawi kamay, manibaw katinuan, mamana babawiyan.
Yan. As you can see in the video, a lot of artisan making handicrafts. By use of the wood, there is lack of availability of sufficient data for the handicraft industry's most developing countries. Artisans lack innovation in design. They don't have sufficient knowledge of modern design, which can marketed easily. These artisans learn their craft or their older elders and up in technical advanced training. Then, dito ako pinaka nabilib sa video na to na napanood ko. Napakalupit. Then, doon ko lang din nalaman na natural palang kulay niya yun. Yung inilalagay doon. Doon, naalala ko tuloy yung lola ko na gumagawa siya ng banig. Kinukulayan nila yung tawag dito, parang dahon siya ng buko, coconut tree. Kinukulayan nila yun. As naisip ko, tinanong ko sila, bakit hindi na lang kinulayan pagkatapos magawa yung banig? Yun, ganun. Sabi ng lola ko, doon nakikita daw yung hardworking or yung puso, parang puso sa paggawa, na hindi walang shortcut sa paggawa ng banig or handicrafts or mga handmade. Walang shortcut, ganun. Doon na ako bumilib din. Parang paisip ako. Tapos ganun lang natin siya. Ganun lang siya ibenta sa market. Tapos tatawad ka pa ng tatawad. Pero bago dumating dun sa market yung product, yung produkto, napakadami niyang pinagdaanan. Napakarami. Dugo, parang halos talagang masasabi mong literal na dugo at pawis yung puhunan. Then tapos sa kakonting barya lang na kakonting kita lang umaabot sa kanila, na halos hindi kayang bumuhay ng pamilya. Republic Act 7356, an act creating the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, establishing national endowment fund and culture in the arts and other purposes. Ayan. Republic RA 7356, dito nakapaloob yung pagtangkilik natin. Pagtangkilik at pagpapalaganap ng tungkol sa culture and arts. Then siya rin yung naglalayon na may palaganap ito. Title: Declaration of Principles, Culture as Human Rights, National Identity, Culture of the People, Culture by the People, Culture for the People. Be it enacted by Senate and House Representative of Philippines in Congress assembled. Section 1. Title: This act shall be known as the law creating the National Commission for Culture and the Arts. Title 2. Organization of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts and establishment of the National Endowment Fund. Parang wala naman ako nakikita kung paano ba nila binibigyan ng pondo. Ito may pagkakaintindi ko, pero tingin ko di talaga. 6. So yun guys, habang binabasa niyo siya guys, parang bigay ko lang yung sarili kong opinion or mga bagong or mga naisip-isip ko lang, bagong naisip ko. So bakit hindi magbigay yung gobyerno or mag-focus yung gobyerno sa agriculture, di ba? Kasi tsaka agriculture, masuportahan naman natin yung mga kababayan natin, yung mga magsasaka, mga magtatanim, diba? Mga isda. Tsaka isa pa pala sa pinaka number one na issue or problema or challenge na hinaharap natin lahat, yung pagkaubos ng ating mga resources. Dahil sa walang habas na pagkuha o lalo sa puno pagpuputol at illegal logging, illegal mining. Yan yung guys. Madaming nasisirang kagubatan. Madaming nasisirang kalikasan. Pero saan napupunta yung mga materials natin? Naiisip nyo ba? Kung hindi sa ibang bansa. Sa ibang bansa. Doon napupunta ng materials dahil ang Pinas hindi kaya mag-produce ng mga produkto ng walang hindi kaya mag-produce ng produkto na ganun kalidad, ganun kadami. Pero what if kung suportahan to ng gobyerno na hindi na natin kailangan dalhin pa yung mga materials natin sa ibang bansa, kung dito na lang, diba? Napakayaman ng bansa natin, napakayaman natin sa materyales. Hindi lang natin alam kung paano to gagamitin. Or wala tayong kakayanan na gamitin ito ng tama. Yaman. Tapos, paano para lang tayo niloloko? Galing sa atin yung materyales. Pag nabuo yung product, sa atin din ibebenta. Imbis tangkilikin natin yung sariling atin, yung ibang bansa pa yung nakikinabang. Diba? Diba? Kung pwede lang naman, diba? Kung pwede lang maging ganun. Maraming salamat. Yun lamang po.